So, can we talk about this one part of Bloody Stream? It sounds decent on this chiptune mix, like it just sounds like a weird breakdown section. But in Bloody Stream, like the full version of Bloody Stream, the part that's playing right now, it sounds like ass! It sounds so bad. And like the rest of Bloody Stream is just an absolute bop, but just for 20 seconds it becomes a horrible song. Anyway. We're gonna be talking about Jojo Part 2, Battle Tendency, which is a lot of people's favorite. I think that might partially be from nostalgia, I don't know. It is a pretty badass part. It shows significant improvements over Part 1. Even though it's still, you know, it doesn't quite reach the heights that other parts reach. Oh well. I still love it. But I'm just going to be going through it, and I've actually had I've updated some of my format. So now I am viewing this through a photo app. And the standard photo app wouldn't work on my computer, it like wouldn't capture. It was a pain in the ass. I had to like get a different like photo gallery app. So now I'm not going to be scrolling through it like a dumbass. I'm going to be clicking through it like a dumbass. And it looks, I think it looks a lot better this way than just haphazardly scrolling through an uncropped Google Chrome incognito tab. So let me know if you guys, yeah, you guys can hear me. I mean, people are responding to what I'm saying. But basically, this is going to contain just I'm just going to speed my way through Part 2, and I'm going to talk about the parts that I want to talk about. Zany shit, weird anatomy, fights that don't make sense. But also, I do want to say, like, as much as I will shit on this series over the course of reading it, I love JoJo. Like, this is a great series. So somebody, I guess before I get into the actual manga, somebody did ask, what's your favorite ED? And I actually forgot to talk about, like, openings and endings. Because I've been going through the manga, but I'll like talk about the anime, because I've also watched the anime. That's actually, I first watched the anime, and then I went back and read all the manga too. So luckily, parts 1 and 2 both have the same ending theme, because they were kind of lumped together in the anime. And they're probably the closest, like, related parts, because they have a bunch of characters that, like, carry over. Rather than the sparse amount that usually carry over in other parts. But Roundabout is great. I mean, Yes is a great band. One of the few prog rock bands that I like know the name of and am really actually interested in at least some of their music. Not all of it. But it's a good one, and I like the look of it. I guess I could have put up images of it, but you guys fucking know what Roundabout looks like. The whole to be continued thing, I guess, is fine. That was a meme that I like referenced a ton in my early videos, and I gotta be honest, that was before I ever watched JoJo. I didn't know really what that meant. I had just seen like the memes. And so now I'm just kind of like, whatever. I mean, it's just the way that he indicates that the next one's gonna start. But Sonochi in part 1 is pretty good. It's like cheesy. But the animation in the OPs is always, like, basically flawless. Like, it's fucking... They put so much energy and detail into the intros. It's kind of insane. And there's lots of... It's always fun watching through a part. I always watch the intro, like, every time. Partially because they're bops. Partially because there's tons of shit that you, like, miss when you're going through it for the first time. Like, you see... Like, all... Like, in Bloody Stream, there's this part where there's, like, these 3, like, shadowy, sort of scribbly silhouettes that are, like, doing vague things. And then over the course of reading the part, or watching the part, I guess, you realize that those are the Pillar Men, and they're doing all their different abilities. Like, AC/DC's got his veins with the blood and shit. But, oh, we'll get to the Pillar Men. So... They're both good. Bloody Stream is contender for the best JoJo opening, I have to say. It's just such a good song. It's so catchy, and it really goes with the sort of feel of part 2, I think. But anyway, reading the thing. We start off with Speedwagon, which I don't remember exactly how the anime started. I feel like, didn't the anime just start with like a weird slow zoom on like the area that they're flying to here, and like this mummy? Actually, I think this mummy and like the designs around it were used in the credits in Roundabout. So yeah, we start off with fucking Speedwagon, and I remember the first time I watched Jojo, I was like, is Speedwagon ever gonna do anything? I think I tweeted out about it. And I was like, does Speedwagon ever do anything besides just yell from the sidelines? And somebody was like, he becomes an oil baron. Which I guess he does. And also, okay, I swear I'm not going to be going this slow the whole time, but I guess I want to clarify to people who are like reading along, I mean, as much as you could while I'm skimming through this, but almost goes without saying, but it's manga, so it reads from right to left. So that might be a little confusing to people who aren't familiar with reading that way. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's honestly not as confusing as it sounds once you get the hang of it. Anyway, this is the part. So this part has a time jump. It's like 50 years after the first one, or 49. Sorry, shit, 49 years after the death of Jonathan Joestar. And fucking Strayso is here, that character that, like, barely mattered in part 1. He's gonna be, like, the introductory fight of part 2. There's the first drawing of Joseph Joestar next to a human-sized bottle of Coca-Cola. I'm surprised they never brought that up again. So this whole scene with Smokey, oh god. I'm not sure how to feel about Smokey Brown, to be honest. I'm not positive, because it feels... like, when you first see him, you're like, okay, this kid's name is Smokey Brown, and his first scene, he's stealing a wallet and getting, like, beaten up by the cops. I guess, you know, it's a biting indictment of the times. But it felt a little weird the first time I was watching this. I was like, is this okay? Should I be watching this? And then there's some disgusting shit. They start off with the gore pretty fast in part 2. I think they kind of toned this down in the anime, honestly. But yeah, Joseph Joestar, we get a little introduction to him. I love the whole idea that, like, I guess, does he know about Hamon at this point? I don't think he does. But he's definitely using Hamon. Like, the electricity is crackling. I mean, how else did he do this? This is clearly a Hamon trick. Hold on. I want to examine, actually, how this happens. Araki does this a few times, but I love the whole thing where it's like a character has an ability that later on in life they'll like come to realize, but even before, they were able to like instinctively use it. I don't know why that gets me off so much, but he sort of has that with Joseph here, with the Hamon. He's using Hamon even though he doesn't really know what it is. Anyway, yeah, Joseph beats up the cops. There's always a fight at the very beginning of a part where it's just like literally just some random goon. This is still during Araki's beefcake phase too. These drawings are pretty awesome, but it is pretty distracting, like just how fucking massive he is. And also, I'd like to point out, this is akin to Jonathan liking to swing frogs around tied to a string. Casually, Joseph's like, I'd love to flip those skirts. It's a bit weird. I know he's not supposed to be like a flawless character, but it's a bit weird. Oh yeah, he does call Smokey Sticky Fingers. Does he do that in the manga? Oh yeah, he totally does. He does that in the dub, too. The English dub. He says, hey, Sticky Fingers. Which may very well be a reference. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It's a translation, so it's hard to say. I guess this is the, like, title card. It's just this picture of Joestar. Joestar, Joseph Joestar, as he says. Being a massive hunk of a man. So we got Speedwagon and Straits. Straits, this took me ages to, like, figure out, because I didn't even really care. But Straits is, like, he's tempted by the power. Because when I first watched part 2, I didn't even realize Straits was like a character in part 1. I completely had forgotten already about the very minor character of Straits in the first part. And I was like, okay, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he killing Speedwagon? What the fuck? But he's like being tempted by the power of the stone masks, and he wants to become immortal like Dio, because he's a hormone trainer, so he's like, Speedwagon comments on how little he's aged over time, but he's still aging. And so Straits sees this and he's like, well, time to betray everyone. The fuck? Oh, right, this is the plane hijack scene. This is where he's reading fucking Superman, yeah. I think this was changed to like Bow or some shit. It was like some Iraqi deep cut in the anime, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he gets beaten up. He's like, oh no, I'm not mad because you hit me with the butt of your gun. I'm mad because you made me get blood on my shirt that Irina got for me. Which is kind of a goofy character motivation, but at least he stays true to it. And I guess this is kind of showing off how unconventional Joseph is. Like, even though he looks a ton like Jonathan, and I think that was an intentional decision by Iraqi, he goes for the pilot rather than the kidnappers, and he just crashes the plane and saves everybody that he likes, and everyone else can just fuck off. That's a pretty zany move, and it kind of foolish, but it gets his character across. He's super hot-headed and over the fucking top, which I think is good. Like, I think it's good that he started to, like, this is why this part is so beloved, is because he started to embrace the sheer ridiculousness. Like, I think part 1 feels a little held back compared to this. But Strayso literally, like, sees this shit and, like, 2 seconds later is like, okay, by the way, I killed everyone else here. He's like, I'm gonna kill you too to motivate Jonathan, or Joseph to come after me. I don't even know, why does he want Joseph to come after him? Also, Speedwagon's fucking head gets split open. I feel like that would just instantly kill you, right? Like, even if you got those Speedwagon dollars. Oh, this is a good picture. Holy shit. This is amazing. This is like a TF2 picture. Everybody in Jojo plays TF2. Is 38 supposed to be the year this takes place? Fuck, I'm gonna embarrass myself by not knowing history. Because there's, like, Nazis. I think it elaborates what exact year it is later on. So yada yada, it's just a random douchebag. Literal, just, like, random people are the ones that Joseph beats up on in the beginning of this. He implies that Irina and Speedwagon were fucking, which is kind of weird. But it's a segue into sort of explaining the backstory. This fucking guy, holy shit. Oh my god, I forgot how fucking deformed this man is. Even the people at his table are like, ugh. Like, what is that? Iraqi, no, you can't just gloss over this. Explain his fucking head. What's he got on his fucking head? Why has he got goblin teeth? But yeah, this guy's hella racist, and he's like, I hate this black kid, he stinks. Get him out of here. And then Joseph is like, fucking, ah! That's his response to racism. And then this, oh my god, this is the start of something magical, which is, like, as dumb as some of the early fights in this part are, the whole, like, your next line is thing is fucking hilarious. So he's like Sherlock Holmes, like, he predicts his enemy's moves, and he's like, you've got your brass knuckles in your pocket. You're not looking in the right pocket, because if you're looking for your brass knuckles, they're in your right pocket. He's like, how did you even fucking know that? And he goes through this whole, like, Sherlock Holmes shit. And then he says, now you're gonna say, so what's your point, you piece of shit? And he's like, what's your point, you piece of shit? Look at him, he's fucking deformed. So this part makes no sense. I said early fights in part 2 are just dumb sometimes, and this is a prime example. What the fuck happens here? So let's go through this frame by frame. He punches Joseph. There's clearly contact made. Joseph is like reeling in despair. There's blood that goes everywhere. There's clearly blood. Even if this is like, you know, it's the colored manga, like, what was that a splatter of? Like chocolate syrup? He punches him a ton of times. There's more blood, all right? Clearly punching him in the face. And he's like, ah, I got you. And then he's like, what did you think you're punching? Even with that primitive single-cell blah, 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 you were punching the coat rack that was behind me. It's like, wait, what the fuck actually just happened? I don't fucking understand what happened. Like, does Jonathan have, like, illusion powers? I seriously don't get it. Like, what did he do? I seriously don't understand at all. And there's several instances of things like this. Oh, it's his own blood, not Joseph's. See, I could understand that. So we could write off the blood. But, like, so the blood's fine. I'm fine with the blood. You know, that's a good point. But what the hell? The rest of it still doesn't make sense. People saying Hermit Purple or Hamon. Hamon doesn't have illusory powers. And I don't think Hermit Purple really does either. It does, like, spirit photos and shit. I guess it can, like, manipulate things, kind of. But Araki did not know that stands existed when he was writing part 2. Let's keep it absolutely real here. Like, clearly. It allows him to see shit he shouldn't, but that doesn't explain, like, is this guy just a fucking... I mean, I would be willing to believe this guy's just a fucking idiot. Who just, like, literally just punched a coat rack. But they pretend that it's, like, a trick. Like, somehow he did, like, the shadow clone, or, like, the replacement jutsu from Naruto, and replaced himself with the coat rack. I really don't get it. Somebody says he didn't have Hermit Purple at the time. Now, actually, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but Araki, I think, has officially stated that if the characters from Part 3 went back to Part 2, they would be able to see Hermit Purple, like, coming out of Joseph. Which I think is kind of cool. But I don't think that means that he was planning to do stands during this part. He put all of his clothes on the coat rack. That's another good theory, but we can actually see, like, we see his ear and, like, his hands and his flesh here. It's clearly Joseph. Like, very clearly, I don't know. What the fuck are you smoking, Araki? Then you got this guy with, like, one hair going like, oh, oh yeah, and everybody claps. Everybody claps in the restaurant. Araki destroys racism. So basically, this guy comes in and is like, "Oh yeah, Speedwagon got destroyed." I didn't even read what the fuck was Straitso's motivation for killing Speedwagon to, like, lure Joseph in. I don't know. I don't remember the exact ins and outs of it. But then he punches him anyway because he's like, "You made Arena upset." Yeah. Yeah, Smokey kind of takes on the new, like, Speedwagon role, but then he's not in the part for a lot of it. But for what parts he is in, he kind of commentates. Classic. I always get the black guy on commentators. I was trying to see that maybe that had something legible, but no. Classic Smash Bros. Culture. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. If you take this out of context... This looks like somebody just, like, it's Speedwagon's diary or whatever, or like a letter from Speedwagon. But if you just look at this frame on its own, it's just fucking somebody reading a book and learning that Speedwagon is the ultimate life form. What the fuck? It was him all along. So I guess this is teasing for Cars, even though this is Santana, a different guy, or San Viento, as they called him in the anime. which is in retrospect kind of dumb. They could have just called him Santana. Is that a literal, like, A-Lamau? Look at that. That's not a vampire, that's an A-Lamau. What's with its eyes? It's totally an A-Lamau. Like, that's a pillar man. That's a pillar man. These are the stone masks. That's an A-Lamau. It's a goblin? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a goblin. Never mind. Apparently it's a goblin. Okay, let's move this along. Straiso's like, yada yada. Fucking, I guess Smokey and Joseph are just best friends now? I don't understand. I really don't. I don't get why they're friends now. He's, like, he literally just, like, he stole his wallet and just, like, immediately Joseph was like, I'm gonna protect you from the police, and you are my best fucking friend now. And we're gonna hang out forever, and it's gonna be awesome. Smokey's got some good faces. Araki's art does improve somewhat in this part. Like, it's not quite as, like, doughy, I guess, as the faces in part 1, but it's still kind of got the same look. So fucking Straighto shows up and he's like, haha, I'm clearly a vampire. And then we get a fucking legendary moment where he fucking just pulls out a Tommy gun and just shoots the shit out of him. Oh, what a great sequence. This was actually, I mean, it's a great panel. This is just amazingly drawn, but for the most part, I mean, it's kind of a derpy expression, but whatever. It was really well done in the anime, too. Just conveying the sheer insanity of it. No, Santana was Stroheim's nickname. We don't know, we don't ever get to figure out what his original name was. Even though Cars refers to him as Santana, I think that's just an inaccuracy. Because in the translation, it was just changed to San Viento. And the words San Viento are never mentioned in the original. Oh yeah, there's this whole recurring theme of, like, the Joestar men die young, even though there's, like, 2 examples already. That's really it. And that's not counting Joseph. That's Jonathan and George. Oh, I just accidentally went back. Look at this. Oh my god, look at this fucking leg. This is some, like, part 1 anatomy. It's like, so many people, I'm not even sure what this is. What is this? There's like a weird bulbous mass where his legs should be. And then his other legs are going like out of his fucking, like, the side of him. I guess, yeah, there was Joseph's dad in the war too. Fuck. It's like, honestly, like, if I was drawing this, or if, you know, a lot of artists were drawing this, I feel like they would just draw him, you know, standing, like, his legs right on the ground here, you know? But Araki was like, nope. Fucking his leg is coming out there, and it's gonna look awesome. Yeah, Smokey's like, holy fucking shit, you just murdered a man. And Joseph's like, I'll gladly go to jail. Also, this is more like rapey Joseph. If you don't run away, I'll kiss you with my tongue. What? That's like straight up, like, it's like, you know that kissing her would bother her. You're doing it to be rapey. That's a line. You crossed a line, man. He fucking, like, gets up and, like a dog shaking off water, just shakes out the bullets. Oh my god, yes! Space Ripper Stingy Eyes! I think, is this actually the first time it's named that? Because I think, I don't know if Dio actually called them that in part 1. Maybe he did. This is an awesome panel, but guess what? This is another part that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because later on, let's just, you know, spoil it. Later on in this fight, it'll turn out that Straiso was somehow looking at a mirror image of Joseph here. And that this panel, the reason there's, like, cracks here, is supposed to be that it's because it's him shooting a mirror image of Joseph and not actual Joseph. But you can clearly see that it's his skin getting, like, penetrated here. Like, you can see the inside, like, shading. And you can see, like, it's, like, spreading ripples on his face, on his skin. Like, clearly it's bullets going into Joseph and not just the mirror being affected. Also, in part 2, he started doing interesting things with, like, perspective and paneling that he would later go on to do just, like, even crazier shit. I guess this was kind of the start of that. I mean, the coloration does add to it, but the black and white, like, the inked lines are definitely there. For sure. Like, those are definitely there. There are definitely ripples, like, showing that this had an impact. Like, his hair parts. Look at his hair. It parts for the bullet. Like, you can say, you know, he was always acting surprised, but he's not acting like he's getting shot in the fucking head. And, like, look at this. It still looks like it, kind of. Like, what the fuck? And then the crack marks are gone, though. And then he gives him the "your next line is" move, and then he's like, look at the clock's backwards. You're actually talking in a mirror. Wasn't this done in some, like, dumbass movie recently? I could have sworn there was, like, some really stupid movie where at the end somebody gets, like, shot and it's like, no, you were looking in a mirror. And it's like, wow, that just wouldn't work even a little bit. And then he calls him Strace Oaf. And then there's a translator's note that explains it. Oh! That's comedy gold right there. I forgot about that. That's a pun that just clearly didn't translate well. Fucking decks him in the face with the butt of his gun. And he puts Hamon through the gun. Oh my fucking god. Alright. So, give it to me straight, chat. You're shooting a gun. You've got a Tommy gun. You're shooting a guy that you've just thrown against a wall or whatever. How do you hold the gun? Right? Let's... man holding Tommy gun. I'm gonna search man holding Tommy gun. Alright? Maybe you look like this, okay? You're this guy, alright? This is how you shoot a gun. This is how Joseph Joestar shoots a gun. Like that. He's screaming the word shoot, no less. Like, what the fuck? You got it backwards, bro. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, this lady's actually kind of a minor character. Oh, wait. You can't even properly see this lady because there's a fucking Tommy gun man. This lady's a very minor character for some reason. Smokey's literally, like, tripping balls on acid right now, by the way. He's like, there's a weird guy and he's shooting. He got killed and then he shot from his eyes and he fucking, oh! Oh my god, and we're coming up on a very stupid moment in the fight as well, which is also like one where you can suspend your disbelief. I'll cover it. I remember this particular moment was really well done in the anime. They had these really... They kind of stopped doing this over time, too, in the anime, which kind of sucked. But they had these really stylish, like, insert type things where it would just... The world would turn into this weird, surreal, like, shape and color world while the character is doing things. I don't know, it just looked hella cool in the anime. And... no! This is an amazing moment, though. I fucking love this. He's like, oh, your ripple doesn't affect me because I got this fucking scarf. And then he's like, oh, well, I actually clipped a grenade to your scarf. And I pulled the pin out. And he like, runs away. He's like, oh, I can get out of here. I can just bat this away. Fucking easy. But then he's like, actually, I tied 10 more grenades to you, and all the pins of those were tied to the first grenade, and you just pulled the pins on all of them. And he's like, nah! It's like such a stupid moment, but this seriously made me laugh out loud really hard when I first saw it. It's so ridiculous. But that was actually one where it's like, okay, Joseph is just like the biggest brain in the universe and just like managed to do that. That's one where I can suspend my disbelief a little better. I love the grenade bit. Even if that also doesn't really make a lot of sense, because it's like, when did he get that close to him to clip 10 grenades to him? Was he just holding 11 grenades? I don't know. Joseph Joestar, you go to the store, you know, you're gonna sit at a cafe with your brown friend, and you fucking bring 11 grenades. 11 grenades. Also, we got some cool body horror. Yeah, we get it, Araki. You liked watching The Thing. I liked watching The Thing, too. Are we gonna say some Strayso cock, actually? We might see a little bit of Strayso cock. I hope you're ready for that. Actually, maybe not. It's kind of blacked out. I was gonna say, where's the part where Smokey Brown literally just like starts crying? Yeah, there it is. He's like, God help me. It's good to have like a bystander who doesn't know what's going on, actually, because it's audience surrogate. And then here's the, you know, runaway. It's a classic moment as well. And look at that face. Oh my god. Oh man. I like that the emblems, so this is the color, or the colored cover of, it's called like Jojonium or Jojo Veller. There's so many fucking different things that have Jojo at the title that are like releases or like art books of Jojo, but this one is like a Western release, and you can clearly tell this is Joseph Joestar, but it's drawn in Araki's like newest style when he's doing like parts 7 and 8. So he looks way different. It's kind of cool to see the comparison. And I think Araki himself has said before that he struggles to draw his older characters just because they were designed so differently. He looks so like thin. He's just like a rockin' twink now in this. I mean, he's kind of beefy. Is it Jojonium? Okay. Right, Jojo Veller is the big art book. Look at that arm! Oh! That feels a tiny bit inaccurate. Also, I just want to mention this bracelet. The like arrows, the like line of arrows that are like leading into one another. Araki loves that shit. He sneaks that in everywhere. Yeah! Actually, look at all these people. They're so goofy looking, especially at low res. Wow. What the fuck is this? Brute? What? Alright, watch this, baby. What the fuck is this? I think this might be a manga exclusive thing, because I don't remember this happening in the anime. Look at that fucking jump. Look at that gangster jump. Oh, right, it's to establish this, like, photo lady as a very minor character so she can get, like, kidnapped by Strayso. I think this was in the anime, actually. It's just such a minor encounter. Anybody remember? We need to get him in the next fighting game. We need to get Brute, the guy that appears for, like, 3 panels. I need to kind of speed it up, huh? So he fucking, like, casually yanks out. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be going slower through these later parts because there's just so much insane shit happening at once that this is gonna be my face the whole fucking time, rereading all this shit. He casually sticks his fingers in her mouth and just yanks out a tooth. Like Charlie Day style. Which is kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie, in like an evil, you know, villainous way. That's like a fucked up thing to do to someone because that like hurts like shit. And also, you don't get more teeth. He fucking roars like Donkey Kong. Uses Space Ripper stingy eyes, so this is the part that's really stupid, in my opinion. It's cool, it looks cool, I can suspend my disbelief enough for like to be fine with it. I think we can agree it's really stupid though. So the Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, to those of you who don't know, it's pressurized eye fluid. It's not a laser, so it's not like a refraction of light in a glass is going to do anything to it. It's literally just high pressure fluid, which we saw break through a mirror earlier, which I know it's implying here that it's like he holds up the shot glasses and he just holds them at the exact right space to like make it curve along the like curvature of the glass. But that makes no sense. It's a fucking shot glass. Like that doesn't work. Like this, I think things like this work better later on with stands because stand abilities are they're like magical absolute powers. Whereas this, it's just like, he's just using a fucking shot glass. I guess he is using Hamon, but does that, I don't know. I don't know if that explains it for me. I don't know if that's enough. It was easy since I knew you'd go for my forehead. Like that I can buy. Because he shot for the same place. Both times. I guess this works. I don't know, it just seems so implausible to me. Like earlier, using it to like fizz up Coke to like shoot out the top of it at bullet speed, I guess would have broken the Coke glass. If he couldn't like reinforce it with Hamon, I guess. It's just they never specifically... He calls it a ripple glass. I don't know, this has always seemed really silly to me. It's like, so you can just make things entirely invincible to something that like cut through the earth just with like a little bit of like instinctual Hamon. I don't know, mate. He hasn't even trained in Hamon yet. Like, this is while he's still a weakling. Also, look at this pose. Hold on. This is Led Zeppelin. This is a Led Zeppelin reference. Hold on. What is Icarus? Yeah. Oh, look at this. Okay, it's not the exact same pose. I don't know, any Led Zeppelin fans out there know what I'm talking about? Look at this shit. I don't know, it's kind of a stretch. It looks pretty similar, actually. Like his arms, it's kind of been like Jojo-ified. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if that was a reference, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. Anyway. I guess I forgot that he used a little bit of like instinctual Hamon again there. I don't know. I don't really buy it. I guess Hamon is sort of a just do whatever power. Like it fucking grew flowers in part 1. And I guess it's because it's like life energy or whatever. I don't know. What if gold experience is a Hamon stand? Holy shit. Nazis and the man in the column. Yeah, I guess it did make a leaf shield. I don't know, it's like glass too. Like normally Hamon is affecting living things. I guess he like Zeppeli cracked the rock in half in part 1, and that wasn't really a living thing, but no, he was using the frog to transfer the energy of his amazing punch. So it was just his amazing punch that broke the rock. I don't know. Hamon can do anything, I guess. Ugh, even a tiny amount of it. I don't know. I guess it's not as ridiculous as I thought it was, but it's still a little goofy. I guess they call the Pillarmen the man in the column when they like first are introducing Santana. But yeah, he explains shit and then he's like, goodbye, Jojo, and just, literally Joseph pounds his chest like Donkey Kong, which was also better appreciated in the anime, and Nazis! Remember Nazis in part 2? I don't think they showed the like drawing of Hitler in the anime. But yeah, Nazis play a pretty large role in part 2, which is insane. Stroheim, let's talk Stroheim. What the fuck? He starts off and you're like, this is clearly a villain. This lady's like shaving him and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I cut you a little bit. And he's like, fucking lick it off. And gently. Also, look at how different, hold on. Here's one shot of him. Look at his hair there. Now look at his hair. What the fuck? His design... Araki changes designs all the time. Like, in slight ways. But look at how different his hair is. In these two panels, they're 1 page apart. And his hair is more close to, like, that later on. Like, this is not accurate. This is... Take away the lady licking the blood off his cheek, and it's like, I wouldn't even know who this is. I'd be like, what is that, Donovan? Is that fucking Donovan? These fucking ladies are like, huh? Their necks are so long. Actually, what the fuck is up with their necks? Look at these ladies' fucking necks. Rare example of a dog that survives, I'm pretty sure. Is in this, is like Stroheim's dog, I guess. He fucking throws a chicken wing too. And he's like, oh, I might cut off your tongue. Oh, I'm an evil German guy. I love the editor's notes. They're so, like, obvious. I don't know. I guess it's fine. They're, you know, translators are doing some of the finest work in the world. Just bringing the world together. So how could I criticize? If they do a shitty job, I guess that's how I criticize. Fucking, here's an interesting bit. Is this lady, like, has all her wits about her. She's kind of just like, oh, you know, I'm in shock. I'm gonna punch you, Joseph, because you called me a floozy or whatever. An ugly bitch, rather. And then, doesn't he say, like, oh yeah, you finally feel the pain you were distracted from. So she just, like, all of a sudden was like, oh right, I got my fucking tooth pulled out. Oh, did we miss Speedwagon? Oh, not really. Oh. Wow, look at this beefy Stroheim. And this is sort of showing... I think one of the things that Araki does the best in his, like, fights is he always has the characters, like, moving from location to location, which I know happens in other comics and, like, anime and manga and shit. But here he's kind of, like, foreshadowing with these like smattering of panels here. I guess this one's just like glitter, but he's showing the places where the fights will occur later on, especially this. There's Stroheim's hair again, and I guess it's back to normal. You see it briefly when his fucking hat flies off. This is a weird straitjacket. It almost feels like this straitjacket is like designed by the same people who like made the Pillar Man shit. Some sort of Hirohiko Araki, I don't know. I don't know how they got this massive stone with Santana in it into here. I guess Nazi technology. German engineering is the finest in the world. Or whatever. They're gonna torture Speedwagon, they're gonna get information out of him. Yada yada. German medical science is best in the world. That's also kind of a meme. Speedwagon is genuinely hilarious. Partially just the sort of, like, nervous laughter that you get from a bombastic Nazi being a main character. He kind of does have a Diego Brando eye going on here. But he's just so goofy and so extremely, like, evil. Like, here he's like, oh, we need a person to feed to the Pillar Man. And he does, like, a distinctly incredibly cruel thing. Where he's like, oh, there's all these people in the cell, we only need one, and the rest of you get to go free. And then this one kid's like, I'll do it, I'll sacrifice myself. And he's like, oh, you have good blood, kill everyone except him. It's like, what a douche. Oh my god. Fucking, this is one of those panels that you turn the page, and you fucking, you get, like, flung across the room with how good it is. Holy shit. This is awesome. I forgot about this panel. This might be one of the best in at least part 2. Araki seems to love, like, drawing accurate vehicles, which is, you know, I'm fine with that, because it looks awesome. Joseph is such a fucking badass. Wow. And he's, like, screeting over a fucking cactus. That is a really sick panel. And I love when he just goes all out, and he's just like, you know what, this is 2 pages. Like, if you were reading this in a book, this would have, like, the seam of the the binding of the book would be right here. This is a 2-page panel. Looks fucking awesome. Yeah, we are approaching tequila, Joseph. He drank horse water. Oh my god, it's like how I got Giardia in the desert, in fucking New Mexico for Camp Philmont. Oh my god. Oh my god. Extras in the early parts, like parts 1, 2, and 3, are just so gross looking. They feel racist. Like, these are like, they're wearing sombreros. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? He breaks, I don't remember this. He, like, breaks the glass in his lens and, like, fucks up the guy's hand with it, or pretend. Oh, he pierced a bunch of flies with it. That's a thing that Araki likes to do, is demonstrate somebody's, like, finesse or, like, throwing ability or shooting ability by having them kill a fly really accurately. I think he does that, like, 2 more times in the series. I don't think those guys were in the anime either. Yeah, they were really Oingo Boingo looking. I mean, let's not even talk about the fucking construction workers in part 3 in the Whole Horse and Boingo chapters. Holy fucking shit. So they're waking up Stroheim. I'm gonna kind of skip over some of this. They're waking up Santana. Stroheim is well awake. And in fact, looks like he's having a stroke in some of these. You decide what kind of stroke. So this is our first Pillar Man, but he's kind of a doofus compared to the other ones. I think in the anime he had like dark red hair, but in here it's blonde. I kind of forgot about that. It really makes his horns stand out a lot more when he has blonde hair. Anyway, we get this fucking shit. Stroheim losing his shit over Santana. And then we get this random fucking, another random vampire goon. Sort of a relic of part 1. This dude looks really weird and shows up for like 2 seconds before getting dicked on as well. We get sort of the beginning of Araki doing this shit with like bodies melding through things. He does that shit all the fucking time, especially with stands. Look at that. That thing is like crashed, but it's really just like a weird turn. Someone said, where the fuck did Donovan go? He's coming up. This is it right now. This looks... you could be forgiven for thinking this is a part 7 panel right here. This is something that doesn't really show up a lot in the anime, but maybe during like commercial break moments or whatever. Araki loves putting these like info panels in here where it shows like it like refreshes like the motivations of some of the characters, some of the things that have happened, like a map of the area or just like an image of like some landmark and shit. Actually, it's like little chibi Joseph with a massive head. That's pretty goofy. There's a chapter, it's like a chapter cover or something in part 4 that shows all of the main characters of the part, or like all the main good guys or whatever, drawn in the same way that he draws Koichi as little like gremlin people, which is hilarious. It looks awful. So this is another really weird fight. Donovan, who the fuck remembers Donovan, except I guess that one guy in the chat. He's weird as shit. He like comes out of Joseph's cloak in midair. He looks kind of cool. He kind of looks like Rubber Soul from part 3 a little bit. But with like the markings of a woodpecker on his face, I don't fucking know. Kind of a cool like ninja fight, I guess. But also kind of stupid. Really, I want to focus on something near the end. This is a cooler fight than some of the other ones. He like fucks him up with some like mind japery and explodes a cactus in his face. Oh my god, yo, okay, shout out to anybody reading part 8. If this was part 8, we definitely would have had like a little circle close-up panel like right here of his eye, like a close-up of his eye getting like stuck by cactus needles. Here they like distinctly avoid his eyes. But This shit right here, I don't know if they put this in the anime either. This is really incomprehensible to me. I don't understand what's happening here. Donovan's like, I'll never talk. I'll never give out my informations. And Joseph's like, I can be pretty cool to people who have strange pride. And then he sticks his compass in his eye? I don't know how that's torture. Like, is it they don't show any motion. They just show him, like, grinning. And then it's just all of a sudden Donovan, like, in ambiguous pain. And it's like, a compass being in his eye is, like, somehow worse than being covered in needles. I don't know. They should have shown, like, what the fuck he was doing. Like, did he, like punch it in there? Is it, like, really, like, did he fuck up his eye or something? It kind of just looks like he, like, comfortably, like, it looks like it's just fitting in there like a monocle, you know? I don't understand what this is. Whatever. Compass pushed the needles in. Well, we just established there's no needles on his eyes. I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe? Yeah, he does say it's pathetic. But it's, like, not even really torture. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he really fucked up his eye. I don't think we ever see Donovan again, so be on the lookout to see if Donovan shows up again. Oh, okay, that was the end of volume 1. Wow, we're only like a fifth of the way done. Oh, how many? It's been nearly an hour. Oh! Get a meme. Get a meme in there. We gotta get a meme pertinent to the early part. Hold on. Oh, these are all about, like, the Pillarmen, though. Oh, these are all about, like, Caesar and the Pillarmen. Meme. This is a meme, and I'm gonna take a drink of water, actually, while this is happening. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that was a delicious, refreshing drink of water. Hold on, I'm just closing some tabs here. By the way, the chip tune at the beginning of this stream is by Emily Music, who only has 11.7k subscribers, and that's ridiculous. They do really good chiptune covers. That's what we call a shout-out. You know what else is a shout-out? The literal series that inspired me to do this was Jokakaka, which is a mostly Part 8 discussion channel, but they got a series on Part 3, they got a series on Part 5, shit like that. It's just a, casual Jojo podcast, and it's good. I like it. It's not, like, perfect, and they get shit wrong a lot, which is kind of annoying, but it is good. Sometimes it's just nice to hear other people talk about something you're super into, you know? Hopefully that's what's happening with this. Anyway. Volume 2. No, there's 7 volumes. We're through with the first volume. There's 7 volumes, and it's been almost an hour. Holy fuck. In fact, I need to extract some of these. Whatever. Okay, well, I'm going to start going through it faster. Just fuck. Oh, am I going to need to recrop the window? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm not very familiar with this photo gallery app. Is that going to work? No, it's not cropped properly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. I hate to do this, but when I closed the window, it removed the formatting on it. That's about good. Let's make it a little bigger. Tiny bit bigger. Sorry, to those of you who actually listen to this like a podcast, I'm sure moments like this are just riveting. There we go. Jojo Part 2. These cover pages are fucking amazing. It almost looks like he's wearing, like, some Pillarman shit. He's got, like, 10 knives tied to his hat. I think I am gonna censor Part 3 penises, because Twitch could really get after me for that. I mean, that's... Some parts of it, it's like, kitty penis. You don't want kitty penis on your Twitch stream. That's not good. Oh, we do see Donovan again, and his eye is, in fact, fine. His eye is totally fine, so he really was just a massive pussy. Also, I guess Joseph had a spare pair of goggles. I don't know. Hello, Adolf. I didn't even notice that. That's hilarious. This is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune guy in part 3. He has a similar fate. Oh god, look at these fucking goons. Side characters in JoJo who are also Nazis are gonna be especially goony. They're like filling up these ladies. Yada yada. We get Tequila Joseph, which is, I guess, iconic. You know, it's funny. There's a lot of like old media, I feel like, where they're like, oh, it's funny because this guy's dressed like a woman, and that's really like the extent of the humor. But I feel like this moment is actually a little better than that. Because the Nazis just immediately go, oh my god, you're so clearly not a woman. And Joseph actually gets kind of offended about it. He's like, oh, you don't think I'm pretty? Fuck you. And then he uses like hormone shit again to yeet them. On Tequila, I guess. Hold on, I'm gonna resize the window a slight bit. Ba-ba-ba-da. Wa-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-do. Ba-ba-ba-bo-bo. We got this fucking guy. Who the fuck are you? Fucking Half-Life 2 man? I guess Half-Life 1 man. So Santana is like fucking up his bones, doing all sorts of like weird contortions. Look at that. Oh, look at that thick Santana booty. This is an amazing. See, sometimes I shit on the anatomy, but it's so full of like life and motion. It's not badly done. It's just done with such extreme stylization that it's like you can feel the force of this like whip, like roundhouse kick. You know? There's a lot of this in part 6, Hermes, I don't know, or Hermes. I'll be interested to see how they do it, how they say it in the anime. She does a lot, her thing is like kicking a lot. So you get a lot of panels like that with her. Another one of these awesome panels where it just shows, actually these expressions are so good too. Showing the motivations of all the different characters. I think those are some of the things you like miss in the anime. Is really cool panels like that just really go beyond. He possesses this Nazi guy who's like, hey, who turned off the lights? Because he fucking watched Doctor Who. Here's somebody yelling in part 6. That's what they look like, and part 7, honestly. This is a pretty grody fight, actually. He like possesses this guy's body and like fucks it up. We can kind of skip past part of this though. It's cool, but it's stuff that overall just becomes forgettable in comparison to things that happen later on. Especially because this guy isn't really a character. Like, Santana doesn't really have much to him. He's just kind of an awesome-looking guy. Like, look, that's a dank panel, too. Joseph's here. Joseph uses his weird hair hormone to get him. That's an awesome panel, too, actually. Holy shit. I wonder... In these early ones, I feel like there's very limited use of digital effects, so I feel like that must have been a practical, like, just, like, drawing technique. Which I'm not sure how he accomplished that, honestly. This is another cool one. Some of these are pretty over-designed, honestly. Like, what the fuck is that hat? He's got, like, an aviator's cap on, like, sideways... And also a fedora adorned with like 10 things. Anyway, we got this going on. Joseph reveals himself and starts acting like a goof. He's way too silly for like the tone of the overall thing. Fucking Santana wasn't there a Naruto character who could like grow their bones? Who was the bone guy? There was a bone guy in Naruto who did like this exact thing. Guys, Naruto fans, who the fuck was the bone guy? Kimimaro? Let me Google that. I don't remember that guy basically at all. Oh, no, I do. I totally do. Oh, he was the... Okay, it was like him versus Gaara. Right. That was actually kind of an awesome fight. Or no, it was him versus Rock Lee, I think. I don't actually remember. He was cool, though. Yeah, it was Rock Lee. Sorry, that was... We're deviating to other... I swear I'm not a weeb. Naruto is like one of the very few other anime that I actually know a little bit about, because I watched it when I was young. So yeah, the rib attack... A lot of early JoJo, like... People say that abilities come and go out of nowhere in, like, stand fights, but that's nothing compared to these early parts. Why is he saying Fire Flower? Wait, is that a Mario reference? I don't know why he just said Fire Flower. What the fuck was that? Okay, he starts fucking with Stroheim, Buffy the Vampire Slayer style. Stroheim really, like, survives some, like, hardcore shit in this part. Honestly, they could have killed him off and it would have been, like, an emotional, like, resonant moment, but I don't know what they did with that. They just kind of are like, yep, and then he left. Another cool panel. This is something they kind of did in the anime. They used this sort of, like, square, rectangle, radius thing. We gotta, you know, premise of this fight is basically Santana's super powerful, but Joseph has Hamon, so he can kind of survive, unlike other people. In fact, so he does know about Hamon here, actually. I think I was incorrect on that. I'd like to apologize. He knows what Ripple is. Because he called it a Ripple Glass earlier, too. I don't know where... He must have just heard about it from Irina or something. Cool pose. Then we got this awesome part. The climb up the stairs where Stroheim turns around. This is the part where everybody's like, holy shit, Stroheim's actually a badass. Because Santana uses his meat invade. Let's just put that phrase in your memory banks and store it there forever. Meat invade. And then Stroheim, like, jumps forward and he's like, no, I'm gonna open the door and we're gonna kill him with the sunlight. But then Santana grabs onto his leg too, and Stroheim's like, Jojo, you need to cut off my leg with an axe on the wall. And this part was done really awesomely in the anime too. Stroheim's theme, a lot of the music in the anime is great. But yeah, he chops off his fucking leg, and Stroheim just sort of, like, badasses his way through it. Which is such a confusing moment when you're first watching it, because you're like, man, I don't know how to feel. I'm really sighing from the bottom of my heart that he's about to be destroyed. Oh yeah, and then he slurps up into Stroheim's body, and then Stroheim does something even more badass. He uses the TF2 Ulapool Caber to destroy himself. Yet another TF2 reference. Brilliant. He says Fire Flower because he doesn't know the word sun. And Jojo hurt him like the sun. I guess? Maybe. Oh yeah, and then right as he's about to die, he's like, by the way, there's 3 more Pillar Men, okay, bye, boom, and he dies. And Joseph's like, wait, what? There's 3 more Pillar Men? Fuck! And also Santana's still alive. And we got this cool shit in the well. This actually does kind of make sense. He's like, you didn't realize it's noon, so the sun is shining directly down this well, so the reflection off the water is gonna hit you. So you're gonna get, like, double fried by the sun. Own. I might take a break at some point. I don't know. I don't have to, like, poop or anything. That's usually the reason to take a break, is you have to pee or poop. Okay, so Santana gets turned into stone. And I guess he doesn't actually die. He just gets put into, like, stasis. But he never comes back again. Huh. Snakes don't like light and quickly head for the shade created by Santana's stone body. But then they, like, stick to him. Gross. Even dust is alive. If we put him in darkness, his body will start to reassemble. And he will come back to life. That is insane! Stone is a life form, how can it be killed? Oh, and this is cool. See, there's so many of this. I love that it's like the food chain. It's not like relationships between characters. It shows like photosynthesis, sunlight, humans, vampires, pillarmen. That's honestly so awesome. I love the little info panels. And then we get our first glimpse of the pillarmen. Which they don't really look that much like the pillarmen that we see. Like, their faces really aren't that similar. They're a lot more ghoulish in this one. Oh, it is 1938. Sweet. Alright, they're going to Rome, which Part 5 fans rise up. Because the next few bits of Battle Tendency are taking part in Italy. He has fucking Nero... or Nero and? Okay. I thought it was just called Spaghetti Nero or whatever. But he has black spaghetti. He's like, who the fuck is this douche? Then we have this amazing interaction. This was so good in the anime, and it's so good in the manga. The fucking spaghetti fight. Where he makes his spaghetti noodles all erect, and he like fucking... he like shoots them at him. And he fucking, without even looking, while he's making out with a girl, Caesar takes 3 loops of like pasta and catches the spaghetti noodles, turns them around, and shoots them back. And he catches them in his wine glass and then slurps up the noodles. What a fucking insane interaction. We got Caesar, and I guess he has the exact same hat as Zeppeli in the first part. I forgot about that. So yeah, Caesar, the first, like, true Jobro. Because in part 1, it's like, you can't really decide. Is it Speedwagon or is it Zeppeli? You can't really tell, but in here it's like, it's clearly Caesar. Caesar is the definitive Jobro, part 2. We got this weird encounter where they're like, they hate each other, and he kind of explains his lineage. This is kind of cool. I don't think we ever actually got to see a drawing of these guys. Right, we get to see this guy later on. That's Mario, right? But this guy we only saw when he had the mask on. Huh. And Caesar's like, you're fucking feeble, bro. We're not going to team up with him, because I guess Caesar was going to help out Joseph. That's also something that just kind of comes out of nowhere. They're like, oh, by the way, there's this guy who can help Joseph. We're going to do that. Weird. Someone in chat says they're still thinking about Meat Invade. Yeah, don't worry. Look at him gritting his teeth. So this is kind of a derpy drawing of Caesar. This looks like part 3 Avdol. Or like early part 3 Avdol. I realize Avdol is basically only in part 3. But yeah, we got the bubble attacks, which I guess this is kind of a proto-Gappy from part 8, almost. We got this weird fucking interaction where another weird part 2 thing, where he puts a bird in this girl's mouth somehow. And the girl, like, is just fine with it, I guess. And then the bird comes out and it, like, goes into Caesar's mouth. Because Ripple can just do anything. Hamon is just invincible. It just does whatever you want it to. This is Wamu, I guess. This is a weird drawing. Why did we see that? Wait, what? Why are they showing us this? Because they haven't awakened yet. This is a fucking amazing... Look at his arms! Oh my god. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, we got fucking, like, Nazis in, like, the hell tunnel under the Colosseum. Actually, shit. That's kind of crazy. The ruins for the Pillarmen are directly underneath the Colosseum. Is that real? So, like, part 5 was almost like a callback to this. Almost. I mean, they really didn't mention part 2 at all in part 5, but kind of. I didn't even, like, remember that that was where this was. Okay, so now we got the Pillarmen with their actual designs. Maybe they weren't finalized earlier. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, we Nazis. So this is how the Pillarmen, like, wake up. Basically, everybody just gets fucking destroyed by the Pillarmen. Is this Wamu? I guess that's Wamu. He looks weird in his first panel. But he uses his fucking unicorn horn. And then he, like, ties all these people together. Look at that panel. They're all bendy, and this guy's like, "Arr!" Wham! Awaken my ancient masters. This is a fucking, like, absolutely iconic panel. This is the shit. They're so huge. Look at cars. That thigh, you could store an entire, like, car. You could park a car in that thigh. Yeah, he uses his horn again. They all use their horns. I think except AC/DC. He might not have any. Like, Cars has 2. Santana had 2. Wham has 1. I call him Wamu because they call him that in the anime, but really his name's just Wham. And then there's Cars, who's named after the band The Cars, and AC/DC, who's named after, of course, Guns N' Roses. Lol. But yeah, they're like, oh, we need the Redstone of Asia, which is another reference to a prog rock band that I've not listened to basically at all. We got some fucking bickering. We got this Nazi doing the okay hand, being like, hey, yeah, that's a spicy meatball. This is the guy that, like, we die, or that we see die. We die him. They're like, oh, he's like the only, like, he's like a humanized Nazi, where he has a wife and kids, and he's so happy. This is a real thing, by the way. The mouth of truth. And people apparently touch the mouth. It's, like, supposed to be, like, a good omen or some shit. But in Jojo, it's the activation point for the tunnel to get to the Pillarmen. Caesar, with an E. Ceaser. That's pretty good. Oh, so here's something that's a common misconception, is in the anime, the subtitle translation says Hamon has no effect on stone. But, truly, it's just, it has no effect while the Pillarmen are stone, specifically. I think he stepped in, like, yeah, he stepped on a human being. He stepped on a fucking Nazi corpse. Oh, the Pillarmen are so, like, insane. They're such a goofy enemy, honestly. They're just constantly flexing, constantly posing. And they just don't give a shit. They're so much more powerful than, like, vampires in the first one. Somebody says, how do you read manga or what program? So, I go to this website, Jojo's Colored Adventure, or, like, Jojo's Bizarre Colored Adventure or some shit, and it's, like, this coloring team, and they basically colored all the parts and upload all the, like, PDFs. So you can just download translated PDFs with the fully colored parts for every part, which is awesome. And I think it's a website called Manganello or something like that, to read part 8 as it comes out, which we are about 5 days away from a new JoJolian chapter, which I know I'm not going to be at JoJolian at that point, but I am so excited to talk about JoJolian because it's the only one that we don't have resolution on yet, so I can say tons of like speculation. uh, good shit. But yeah, so technically we just got the reveal of the main villain of the part, by the way. Like, Cars is the main villain, kind of. Even though in part 2, I feel like every part usually has the structure of, like, there's one main Jojo, he's got, like, his posse, and then there's one main villain, and then there's a bunch of, like, supplementary villains. This one, it's more like there's just a long line of villains with, like, the ultimate one at the top. But he's not that much, like, crazier than the other ones. Like, it's really split up into a few awesome battles, which is cool. So they need the red stone of Asia to put into the mask and, like, ascend the ultimate beings. This never comes up again, but Wamu doesn't like when people step in his shadow, so we get this awesome panel of him kicking Cars in the face. Because Cars stepped in his shadow, and Cars is like, I don't fault you at all. Mark is somehow alive when he's been cut in half, like hot dog style. Like, that's even worse than Zappelli, honestly. Then we get the fucking badass pose that everybody knows. Hold on, let's get a meme out. There's gotta be some memes that we know, finally. Yeah. Now that we've seen the Pillar Men, we can get the good memes out. I actually have 2 versions of this, believe it or not. It's just that powerful of an idea. Let's see, hold on. This shit, oh, this is kind of dated. But it's Shaggy, Chuck Norris, and John Wick going to Area 51. Probably none of those Snapchat snapshots are actually legit, but I kind of love that one, even though all of those memes on their own are pretty obnoxious. Yeah, alright. That's enough memes for now. Sorry, I'm reading chat right now. But yeah, this is like an iconic pose. This is, I guess, their like determination pose or something. They're gonna like go be badasses together, and they finally have like a mutual hatred of the Pillar Men. Oh god, Wamu's like hooks in his hat. That's another thing that doesn't really, or I guess that's his like hair braids. No, that's his hat. That never comes up again either. They're wires, I guess. So they're like, holy shit. He knows about the ripple. Also, I closed it again. Oh! Okay, well, we're on volume 3, folks. We are almost halfway done, and it's been, what? An hour and 20 minutes? That's not too bad. So volume 3 is called The Final Trial. Lies. Just gonna say it, that's a lie. Oh, that was actually, oh, it's properly centered now. What the fuck? Alright, I'll take it. I'm happy. Okay, so now we're starting on the Pillar Men. I guess we're gonna do like the Hamon training arc first. But the Pillar Men look fucking badass. I guess this is their first official intro. But they kind of knock the shit out of Joseph and Caesar, and they like almost win. But I think Joseph gets away with his crafty tactics. We got the Clackers. The Clackers are kind of cool. A lot of people are like, why didn't they come back? It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's fine for them to not come back because it leaves room for Joseph to use even crazier shit in the future. He does like sleight of hand on him too. Like that's Joseph's like big thing. Is these crazy like crafty sleight of hand tricks. But yeah, he gets his fucking wrists slit. That's kind of a badass point because Wamu's like, oh, you hit me, so I'll give you 1 minute to fight against me. because you deserve it. And he's like, the cut on your wrist is a timer. You lose consciousness in a minute. Which is pretty badass. And we kind of have a variation on that later with the rings, the wedding rings. We got fucking Wamu just going like, kind of good. I'm going to start speeding through this because I'm already getting tired of talking about part 2. Maybe, should I split this into 2 parts? Fuck, I might want to split this into 2 streams. I don't know. We got his wind power. Alright, it's wind time. That's another classic. These panels look fucking awesome. They're still a little janky. I mean, look at that fucking leg. But they're so, like, they show the, like, speed and the energy going on very well. Joseph runs away, but then this is the whole plot device where he tricks the Pillar Men. He, like, plays into their sense of pride. And they're like, oh, we're about to, like, stomp your ass. But, he's like, you know, it really sucks because in a month I would have been strong enough to whoop your ass. And AC/DC's kind of like, fucking, that's big talk for a little man. And Joseph's like, no, really, I would actually be able to do it if I had, like, proper training with Hamon. And then this shit happens where he fucking eats the stick of dynamite, or I guess this is AC/DC. Eats the stick of dynamite and then, like, Wario neutral bees that shit. That's pretty funny. But Wamu takes a liking to him and he's like, I'll put this wedding ring of death on your fucking heart. And he's like, AC/DC, you want in on this? And he's like, yeah, I'll slam one around his fucking, like, trachea. And so he's got metal rings that are gonna dissolve and put poison in him. Unless he gets the antidote from the Pillar Men, which is in their, like, lip and nose rings. Which is a pretty, that's a fine plot device. I don't know. It seems a little contrived, but it's good. It's good. Anyway. Oh, I was like, is there a Pinor there? Not quite. They talk about Hamon. He's like, oh, we're gonna go train with my master. And then Lisa shows up, who Lisa is pretty badass. She's like sort of the classic, like, incredibly experienced trainer. Like, incredibly, she's also, you know, supposed to be like a hot babe, even though she's like 50 years old. But she looks youthful because of Hamon. But I like the way that they show her, like, her experience over Joseph, because Joseph's, like, barely, like, his feet are sticking in the water. And he's got, like, very, like, weak ripples, whereas Lisa has this massive fucking, like, spectroscope thing around her, and she's standing on her tippy toes on the very top of the water. It's cool. It's really cool. And then Joseph's like, I won't take orders from a woman. Oh, he gets this fucking breathing restriction mask put on him, which I would have a fucking, like, panic attack. It forces you to breathe in the proper rhythm or else you can't breathe at all. That's so fucked. I would hate that. And he wears it for, like, 2 months. It's insane. They do the Hell Climb Pillar, which is a very badass scene. Look at that. That's like a Dio pose. Look at that. He's doing the Dio pose. Except he's covered in fresh grease. So there's this, like, oily pillar that they gotta get up. They try a bunch of methods, and then they realize that they have to, like, really nail their Hamon techniques to, like, truly get up there. It's kind of cool. Like, Hamon's still a very vague thing, but, that's an awesome pipe. It does get elaborated on. It's like sort of, it has something to do with like pressure and like surface tension. It's sort of about like skimming the surfaces of things. It's interesting. Also, there's these little info pages. His catchphrase is "Mamma Mia." You can't make that shit up. He hates the sound of peeling an apple. Very strange. These are things that sometimes don't get mentioned in the anime. He believes the lies he tells for girls are not wrong, and his future goal is to have a happy family. Whoops. So there's like this... Joseph tries to cheat, and then they get punished by like a pressurized wave of oil coming out of the pillar. They have to get around, and he skims the surface of it, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then fucking... This is another, like, classic. This is exactly like the Karate Kid, which I don't know which came first. But, he's, like, so mad at Lisa. He's like, how'd you make us do this, like, unbearable torture? And then Lisa just, like, puts a glass of water in, or, like, throws a glass of water to him, and he catches it upside down. And just naturally, his hamon is, like, so good that it just keeps the water in. And he's like, wow, you were actually teaching me amazing things. And then these guys, oh my god, Loggins and, what are their names? Loggins and something else. Messina, yeah. This is a pretty badass move. Like, Joseph is impressed that the water's, like, staying in the glass, but then they're like, check this shit out. And they fucking stick their finger in the water and remove the glass entirely. That's badass. I like that. That's a cool move. And basically, we don't get a lot of information on these guys, but they're basically just really cruel teachers. That's like, they're just supposed to be really mean. Take 10 breaths in 1 second, etc. Yada yada. They just do a bunch of like ridiculous training. I think this guy is manga exclusive too, the like mustard dude. I think Joseph, he's got like ridiculous hair. Ridiculous pompadour, like even crazier than Josuke's. I think Joseph like sprays, yeah, he like sprays him with mustard. And this looks like some shit out of Oingo Boingo. All of a sudden. The mustard serves no purpose, it's just to tick you off. Oh yeah, and then Lisa's like, I have the redstone of Asia. I'm keeping it in my tits. We get a little bit of... I like what little we glimpse of, like, Pillar Man society in the past. That shit is so cool. I just realized I've been wearing headphones this entire time, and I've literally been listening to nothing. I've just been listening to silence on my headphones. I'm like, oh, my ears hurt. I can literally just take them off. How long do the full streams take to release on YouTube? It varies from time to time, usually a couple hours. I usually do it basically immediately after. But yeah, so they appeared 5,000 years ago. I'm like refreshing myself on this. It looks like they just like came out of like primordial ooze, which is weird because they're supposed to be like perfectly evolved, right? How are they perfectly evolved if they're like the first ones? That's not how evolution works. Huh. But yeah, they developed the stone mask, so this is sort of explaining the origins of the stone mask, which is kind of cool, I guess. And they're like, oh, we need to use the power of this stone, but he's like, but this stone sucks, it's a shitty, stupid, imperfect stone. And then Lisa's like, oh, we have a fucking amazing perfect stone, let me blow up the literal boat that we're literally standing on right literally now to demonstrate it. And then she's like, your final test will be with Messina or whatever, or Loggins. This was another severed arm that I missed originally in the video that I posted. But it's like, oh shit, it's AC/DC here instead. So now him and AC/DC are going to fight here rather than him and Loggins. And this is a pretty cool fight. I like the spike pit idea. I love how Joseph uses Hamon to like spring across the tops of them, but AC/DC just fucking sticks the spikes through his feet. That's so badass. But some really cool panels here. The whole thing where he pushes his finger through his hand and then just he just closes his hand around the other hand, it's good shit. It's more just like weird Iraqi body horror, like early on. And we get some crazy shit. If you don't like seeing fingernail stuff, I would say back out now, because AC/DC has his fingernails come off. There's the severed arm that I missed. This is so extra, actually. Joseph uses Loggins' like dead hand, and he's like, Loggins, you'll have the first punch. I owe this one to my late assistant instructor. Which is kind of badass. Oh wow, yeah, we really blew through that. Holy shit, yes, we're finally going at a decent speed. Speed wagon. Alright, let's do a meme check. Get a meme check in here, we're at the AC/DC part. That's a good one, I like that one. There's this, I don't know, does anybody remember this? There was like a series of images that went kind of viral that were people reacting to some sort of like haunted house attraction, and this one is just that, but with part 2 characters. Pretty good. Let's just I'm just gonna get all these out of here. Here's the sound, just the sound of these images getting removed. Honestly, like I said, it's so catchy, it's such a bop, it just gets stuck in my head every time. Sorry, I'm deleting all the shit that I've been like bringing into Streamlabs. I wish there was a way to do this without having a little weird sound come up, but there isn't. So, fuck. What is this? Oh, right. I was like, what is that image? That's from the other stream. Alright, sorry. We're getting on to the next part. Actually, I'm gonna need to extract this. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, I'm just using 7-zip file extractor. Sponsored by 7-zip. Always use it and not anything else. Okay. Oh god, oh. Do you ever like, you sit down on a chair, you like scoot forward and then your pants just like tighten around your dongus, and your dongus is like, auga! It just hurts. I hate that. Ugh. I had an awooga moment. Honestly, ever since I got my first, like, actual copyright, like, takedown, like a strike against my channel for posting a Jojo song in that Severed Arm compilation, I'm kind of afraid to play Jojo music, especially opening themes, because that's what, it was Great Days that got me fucked up. I guess I actually used Bloody Stream in that video, so I could play it, I don't know. This is a podcast, I'm not gonna put music in the podcast, even though plenty of podcasts have music. I'll put music in it if I edit it. We got this great part where AC/DC fucking, like, loses his shit. We got several full-page panels of him crying, actually. Holy shit. Because he lost his arm, and he's like, my fucking arm! It's a pretty great moment, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I just needed to, like, let out my emotions. Then the gross, like, hand and fingernail shit starts happening. He pokes his fucking little gross veins out. And he's got, like, burning blood, too. Like, he has burning blood. Yeah, Caesar and Messina have a fight for, like, literally, like, a second. He, like, takes out his bubble launcher, they, like, have a brief exchange, and then he's like, oh, hold it! You burned off all my arm hair! You fucking piece of shit, you win! He just, like, can tell that he's gonna lose, and Caesar's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just worried about Jojo. Joseph finally gets his mask removed. Which I guess he had it for a long time, like, timeline-wise, but not in terms of, actual, like, the amount of time we see him. So yeah, he's like, oh, my sexy lips are finally free. We got another part 8 mouth here with AC/DC, like, taunting him. Then we got the like, sleight of hand, like, rope tricks, which I think are awesome. That's some more shit where I'm like, okay, I'm willing to believe that he's just incredibly big-brained. and he used the wool from his hat. But then AC/DC's like, I figured out your trap. You already have a trap, so I laid a preemptive trap to trap your trap. And then Joseph's like, fucking, that was all part of my trap. You fell for it, you fool. It's really fucking good. This is a great fight and a great moment. He's like, I used knot techniques to make it so that even if you cut my strings, I would still be able to use the second hidden string to fuck you up with Hamon, which is good. Oh, that is a crazy panel. Holy shit. It feels like some of the Pillar Man stuff takes influence from Alien. Especially the stuff where they were actually in the pillar. I should have mentioned that. So ACD, open quotes, dies. He takes the antidote, but AC/DC's brain is fucking attached to his back. It's another weird plot point. There's a lot of, like, heads going missing and brains and stuff. We might see an errant titty here every once in a while. There's this weird, like, slightly rapey scene between him and Suzy Q, which is especially weird because eventually they get married. And then he's, like, unfaithful to her, too. We got some slight nudity here. We got Joseph peeping on his own mom, which people like to bring up a lot. Moments like this where it's like just like a dude like peeking on a girl and being like, whoa, and he like gets a nosebleed or whatever. I guess he doesn't get a nosebleed in this, but he's just like, nice. And it's like, it's silly, but it always feels super out of place in JoJo. It only happens a very few times, but it always feels very strange. Also, there's more of that like light swoosh effect. Fucking Suzy Q, the instant she's possessed by a Pillar Man, she starts posing like crazy. And then AC/DC's like, oh, I sent the stone off. You know, the plot in this part is actually very active. Like, sometimes shit just seems to happen for, like, no reason. But, like, the reasons why they, like, change locations all the time are actually, like, pretty decent. It makes for a very, like, sort of mobile part. So yeah, Caesar and Joseph do this weird thing where they're like, we'll use plus and minus hormone at the same time to get AC/DC out of there. And it's like, yeah, sure. The ripple energy at her heart was plus minus 0. Of course, that's how you do it, yes. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And then Joseph's like, I respect him. Doesn't he literally, like, salute him in the anime? I feel like he saluted it. Maybe that was Wamu. We got, wow, he kind of starting to trend into part 3 Joseph here with the Indiana Jones hat. We got this amazing scene. So this is not in the anime at all. They go to the post office and they're like, there's a jewel that we need to find. We hope you didn't ship it yet. We need to, like, check it out. And then they, like, try threatening him. They're, like, seriously, they seriously, like, threaten this man multiple times and, like, fake him out. And then I think at a certain point, yeah, they just go, fucking, Joseph, let's wreck the place. And Joseph's like, fucking, well, boom, and fucking kicks a clock across the room. It's just so extreme. It comes out of nowhere. Oh, it's so fucking dumb. I wish they had kept this in. This panel is hilarious to me. They're just like, Jojo, let's wreck the fucking place. It's like in part 3 with Wheel of Fortune, where they're like, we're at this bar and we don't know who the stand user is. Let's just beat the shit out of everyone. And then Suzy Q's like, oh man, he was vaguely abusive. Oh, what a charmer. And he's like, you better heal up those disgusting wounds before I come back. I hope you're not an old hag when I get back. It's kind of weird. Here's another rare survivor dog. This dog looks like it's going to get murdered brutally, but it actually gets saved by the main villain, which is a bit of a reversal of what normally happens. We get a cool look at his arm blades here. Cars is pretty badass. I mean, he's cool. He's not like my favorite villain or anything. He's pretty one-dimensional as main villains go, but he's not that bad. Stroheim is somehow still alive. He literally was like reduced to like dust. But he's somehow still alive and has the same personality. Even though he's like crazy. Here's Cars. Here's like the first time we really actually get to see Cars that much. Like we don't really get to see too much of his personality. But he fucking just destroys these Nazis through the wall. He's like, wait, I didn't sense your heartbeat. You're a robot. And he's a fucking robot Nazi! And then, honestly, this is the point where you're like, I still don't know how to feel! Like, what the fuck? Now he's a robot Nazi. Come off. Come off it. So he uses his weird robot body and he's like, I'm gonna fucking pinch you apart! I got a fucking, like, gun in my belly! Fuck you! Just great. This is, like, prime part 2 shit. Just, like, sheer insanity, like, balls to the wall. Nothing held back. He fucking, like, cuts all the bullets in half with his arm blades. Just insanity. This is a scene that honestly really drags on in the anime. But, it works really well in the manga, I think. So, he shoots his eye laser. What the fuck, Stroheim? Then the gem slides off the cliff. They're running after it. And he's like, shit, Cars isn't gonna stop. Cars is planning to just run off the cliff and get it. But then Joseph kind of tricks him and gets the gem anyway, but then Cars pulls him down. It's a roller coaster. This part is a fucking wild roller coaster ride at this point. We're actually blazing through the part now. We're on volume 5 out of 7. 7-zip, extract here, baby. We're coming up on sad part. Then after this, we got part 3, which I'm definitely gonna do in multiple streams. I'm not gonna be able to just plow through all of part 3, you know? In a single stream. A bloody stream, even. Not bloody likely. This is an awesome cover panel. Just great. Just great shit. Then they have this awesome fight while they're, like, falling down a cliff, and he, like, uses the icicles and chains them together. It doesn't make sense with how much they talk, but talking is supposed to be free in manga. So they have a cool fight. He uses the stone to his advantage because Cars doesn't want to hit the stone. Then this is a cool moment. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's cool. Cars is like falling down and he's kind of emotionless and he's like, ah shit, I lost. I lost the redstone. But he sees that he's about to fall onto a flower and he like adjusts his trajectory and bounces all over the fucking place in order to like not hit the flower, and then he laughs his ass off. He's just kind of a weird guy. I guess all the Pillar Men are supposed to be eccentric. And also look at how crazy Stroheim's hair is now. I mean, it's nowhere near that first appearance. Or I guess second panel, really. Second main panel. Yeah, but now we got Joseph being a dick to a cat. Well, that's the cat from Hausu. Which, by the way, I watched Hausu. Which was good, or just House. I'm not sure what to call it. But that was awesome. I want to talk about that during a video game stream, but not during JoJo's stream. That was fucking insane. If you like batshit insane Japanese stuff, then go straight for that. But basically, they're like, oh, the Redstone of Asia was shipped to this old abandoned hotel or something where they're staying. And so Wham is there, or Wamu. And Joseph and Caesar have this kind of stupid argument about whether or not it's safe to go during the day. And it gets really heated. They like fight each other. and they split apart, and this is the beginning of Caesar's whole like tragedy. Which Caesar, he's really not in this part for very long, but he leaves such an impression. I think just because of all of his good like moments, you know. I don't know. And then we got AC/DC doing, or that's Wamu doing his weird invisible light air shit. We get a bit of backstory on Caesar, who also has the thing. Hold on. Like, even though he didn't know about Hormone, he was already using it. The punch he would deal afterwards, that was the feared hit. The blow was really peculiar, like charged with electricity. The victim would stay in a coma for a month. That was a hint to his ripple talent, but he was unaware of it at the time. I love that shit. Maybe that's what I was thinking of, rather than the coke earlier. Because clearly Joseph did know about the coke. Or did know about Hormone. He knows about coke, too. But yeah, he's like, oh, there's a precious jewel. I'll try to take it. But then his literal dad, who he was like searching for and trying to kill, saves him and is like, I'll get taken instead. I guess there's Wamu's like hair hooks again. There's like hat hooks. And then fucking Mario Zeppeli just gets absolutely destroyed and gets like absorbed into the Pillar Men. And Caesar has a pretty nice moment where he sort of realizes that his dad that he hated was actually trying to like protect him or whatever. Another sick fucking cover page, except why is Messina even here? Like, he's a relic of part 1, even though he's not in part 1, you know? Lisa's kind of doing the Dio pose, too. Everybody's getting in on the Dio pose racket. Caesar took the cat stance. Again, he just naturally did it, I guess. This is a fucking sick panel. Holy shit. I totally forgot about this. What the fuck? This is like when they first glimpse him. That's actually so cool. I'm like craning my head to the side. That's such a good perspective shot. Holy fuck. Again, just amazing panels. There's another severed arm. I think that's another one that I missed. I missed a lot in parts 1 and 2 because I thought I just remembered them. Because I was like, oh, parts 1 and 2, they're so short. You know, I remember all the severed arms. I clearly didn't. He does the fucking like bubble UFOs where they like cut through the air, which is a pretty badass move. This whole fight is fucking awesome. We get to see sort of Caesar push his bubble ability to the limit. Although, again, he just keeps pulling out new abilities just out of nowhere. Where he's like, I've been developing this, and you're like, sure, Caesar. But I love this shit where he uses the soap bubbles as lenses. This even looked better in the anime, I gotta say. This is one of the very few things that looked way better in the anime, because it was like rainbow light piercing through Wamu, and it just looked awesome. It's wind time. Caesar gets fucking destroyed. Crimson Bubble. Not to be confused with the Crimson Chin. And then Wamu's like, damn, you're actually pretty capable. This is kind of fucked up how much you guys have grown. But Caesar is sadly just completely outmatched still. Even though he's grown so much. And Caesar's kind of just pathetically swinging at him, but he just yanks out that lip ring like a badass. And uses the very last of his energy. This is a classic. This is like such an emotional moment. And it's so weird because I feel like Caesar was kind of underdeveloped, but he still got to have this amazing moment. Where he's like, I'm going to use the last of my power to sacrifice. Which is, you know, the same thing that Zeppeli in part 1 did for Jonathan. But he's like, yes, I inherited this sacrificial way of life or whatever. I inherited the human spirit from my family. I'm going to use the last of my hormone. Take my energy and take the ring that will cure the poison. He also gives him his headband, which is a classic, iconic thing. Receive it. And then this is not actually the famous panel, but Caesar just gets crushed by a fucking cross. And can we talk about the cross? Is it just supposed to be like, you know, rip? Why exactly is it a cross? I never really understood that, unless it's just supposed to be like a tombstone. You know? Anyway, and then he makes a bubble out of his own blood, which is badass. Even though his body is no more, his spirit keeps on living. Here lies Caesar Zeppeli. Yeah, he lived. He was in the series for a very short period of time. Fucking Messina is alive, thank God. But okay, Caesar's death is emotional. But what's truly, like, the heartbreaking moment is when they realize what's happened. This whole exchange is godlike. I won't go through the whole thing bit by bit. But the beats and, like, the way that they go through this scene where they're realizing what's happened and Joseph can kind of just sense it because of the bubble and the hormone that he received and stuff. And Lisa's trying to act tough, but even she is, like, not able to keep it together. This was, honestly, like, the anime, like I said, the anime doesn't capture the sheer beauty of some of these panels, but sometimes these emotional moments are where they really nail it in the anime, I think. Is during these parts where there's just incredibly emotional shit going on. I don't know. The music really adds a lot to it, the voice acting does. And it's like this, you can already sort of feel their despair. And it's very powerful, but it's done even better in the anime, I think. Like the crazy music they play and shit. Oh man. It gets me choked up. Like, looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I feel sad. Watching the scene, I actually feel like almost crying. Like, I tear up a little bit. It's like a top 10 boohoo moment. And he says, wah! Because he's a big Waluigi fan. Alright, anyway, now they're going up to go whoop some Wamu ass. And there's one more, like, rando zombie up here. Yeah. This is Beck, I think. It's Wired Beck. Which also feels like a wasted reference. But this guy's like a creepy... At least this guy has a character. He says okay a lot, for whatever reason, which probably means he goes, nah, or some shit in the anime. And he's just kind of a perv. He's covered in spikes, and Lisa is like, bitch, I'll literally kill you by wrapping my beetle, like, stomach scarf around you. And he gets totally fucked up. That's a great panel. Oh no! By the way, I haven't mentioned this, but in the dub, the English dub of the anime, Joseph Joestar is voiced by the same person who does the voice for Number One from Codename Kids Next Door, and you can totally hear it. Absolutely hear it. It's hilarious. He does a pretty good job. Wamu might be my favorite of the Pillarmen. I kind of wish he was the main villain. It almost feels like he gets a better fight than Cars. Which is fine. We got more, like, vampire goons, because this is parts 1 and 2. There have to be just random vampire goons all over the place. Joseph fails to dab on them. He tries to do a trick, really poorly disguised. And then Lisa's like, okay, children, I'll start doing the actual negotiation. And they do this whole bluff thing where they're like, there's a bomb on the Redstone of Asia, so you have to let us live for a certain amount of time, so you can't use this, like, crazy sneak-up attack. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's kind of cool. It shows that Lisa actually, you know, she's a strategist as well as being a martial arts badass or whatever. Hold on. Sorry, that was the end of the volume. We're going to the next volume. We got 2 more left. We're cruising now. I picked up speed. I was really going through it basically panel by panel at the beginning there. I'm still kind of getting the hang of this format. It's hard to talk for this long. I realize that a lot of podcasts have, like, co-hosts and shit. But I don't know. None of my friends have, like, read or watched all of Jojo, so I feel like I would have to, like, hold back on, like, what I'm saying. I don't know. I guess I don't really give spoilers in these anyway, past the parts that I'm talking about. Hey, if you watch this series without having actually read JoJo or watched it, fucking shine on you, crazy diamond. You're a madman. But, you know, sometimes I find that spoilers aren't quite as important as people make them out to be. So, you know, you do you. This is a classic. This is one that's used in, I think, Stand Proud or whatever, the Part 3 opening. This is like one of Joseph's most famous poses. This is an awesome cover. Holy shit. I love the, like, surreal shit. It's like, this isn't actually happening in the part. It just looks fucking awesome. And it sort of ties into the whole, like, scarves theme in this part, weirdly enough. There actually is kind of a theme. Like, Lisa has her, like, beetle skin thing. Strayso had one. Joseph has his iconic one. And then also there's Caesar's bandana. Or whatever. I don't really know what to call that thing. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna have a fucking chariot race. Oh, look at this. He just takes this vampire's tongue and yanks his teeth through it. That is hilarious. I totally forgot about that. Huh. Anyway, yeah, Messina is also in there, in the mix, somehow. And this is Joseph starting to realize, or starting to uncover that Lisa is actually his mother. And this is, so I mentioned this was something that's aroused some confusion in the past. And it's that Irina saved a baby in part 1. She, like, saved that little baby from the like, shipwreck. But she was also pregnant at the time. And so, I think... Actually, who the fuck even was the baby? Irina's baby? That was George Joestar? I don't fucking even remember. And then, but the baby that she saved from the ship is Lisa, I think. I don't even remember. I think it is, though. Because why else would Lisa have this picture? Yeah, I think that's how it happened. But yeah, now we're gonna have, like, basically this is the start of the final fight, even though it's a couple of fights sort of strung together. They agree that they're gonna fight one-on-one for whatever reason. Ah, look at this. Yeah, I'm the baby in that picture. Cool. And instead of asking more questions that are more pertinent, Joseph's like, "You're 50 years old? What the fuck?" Oh, this is an awesome cover, too. What the fuck is with that, like, turtleneck, though? Holy shit. What do we got here? Distinguishing marks. She looks like she's 20. Marital status unknown, doesn't want to talk about it. She gay? Maybe. Actually, no, I don't think so. I think something comes into it later. Alright, Lisa's like, yeah, whatever, I'm 50, fucking get over it, bitch. A bunch of dudes get trampled by the zombie horses. I bet you forgot about the zombie horses, which are a thing in part 2. So they're gonna ride these chariots, that's a badass pose, look at that shit. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. He's like, I have the antidote, so I could get rid of the ring around my trachea or whatever. But I swear to you, Caesar, that I won't drink it until I've killed Wamu, which is awesome. It almost kind of devalues Caesar's, like, sacrifice, but whatever. Little Caesar, hold on. We can put up Caesar memes now. It's fine. I have one. I don't have it in my folder, sadly, but there's one that just says Little Caesars, and it's like the Little Caesars logo edited to look like Caesar, and it has like a stone cross falling on him. Actually, that's the only Caesar meme that I. Oh, actually, no. There we go. There we go. That's it. Get those feels out of here. So yeah, they go around here. There's more pillars. Yeah, we get it. They're pillar men, so there's pillars. Actually, Wamu literally uses a pillar as a weapon. What if you like showed this to someone and you're like, oh yeah, there's these cool guys, the pillar men. And then you just show him like waving a pillar around. So yeah, Joseph cheats a little bit. He like pulls a trick on Wamu. Wamu literally grabs an entire pillar. As is his namesake. And there's like the little zombies are still attached to it. This is like the last of the like zombie horde being relevant at all. They kind of take on a Speedwagon-esque role here. This badass move where he like jumps, he's like, will he dodge to the left or to the right? And then he's like, no, he charges straight towards him because he's a badass. There's all this shit. This was kind of what Jack the Ripper did with horses in part 1. Joseph gets blasted. Cars is like, here, Lisa, take this suicide capsule and just kill yourself. Because you're clearly fucked. But then she's like, hey, look at that. He got fucked. So Joseph screwed him over with his, like, hormone wires or whatever. Yeah, Wamu looks so different now. It's kind of weird. He uses the weapon pillar as a pillar weapon. Yes. True. Technically true. So we got some more severed arms coming up. Oh, Wamu, this is equal parts like stupid as hell, but also really badass. As like punishment for himself like fucking up, he blinds himself, and then he sticks out his little unicorn horn and uses it to like see with the wind. And he's like, I can't trust my eyes apparently because I was fooled. And so he's like, no, I'm just gonna use the sensing of the wind or whatever. Kinda badass. He just sticks his fucking thumbs in his eyes. Listening wind. But anyway, they got these crossbow, these like ball firer cannon things, and they like they use the curvature of the arena, which I guess is kind of like using, also don't make an arena joke. Shut up, chat. I can already hear you typing arena, like Granny Arena. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. But they use the curvature of the arena to shoot the ball at each other, which is kind of big-brained. This is a cool fight, but I don't really have much to say about it. It's just awesome. Jojo's like doing disrespectful things, and he's like, don't bring shame to our battle. Even though Joseph predicted that he would say that. Classic. And then he hits him with the like surprise bullet that's been like traveling this entire conversation, which is kind of goofy. More severed hands. Wamu literally shoots his arms out of his chest, I think. Yeah, the hole in his chest. Don't know what that means. He like stored them inside the like wound in his chest, I guess. And then he uses his like final blast attack that like tears apart his body but also wrecks shit. Oh, I forgot about this. Joseph he's got a like firebomb type thing, and he ignites Caesar's bandana, and like the Caesar's flame is used to light it. Or actually no, he like cuts up the bandana. Ah, here we are. No, it totally does. And then he gets fucked up because he sucks in all the flame. And then that's the true death of Wamu. And Wamu, I think a lot of people's favorite Pillar Man is Wamu. He's awesome. Just because he's got that like sort of like warrior spirit, etc. And Joseph honors him in death, even though he's like, I don't need pity. Destroy me. Kill me. Look at this shit. Could it be Jojo? He exclaims, surprised, and then he says, could it be Jojo? What the fuck? He's just constantly disrespecting him, even while he's, like, honoring his warrior spirit, or whatever. This blood represents my respect for you. This fight is separate from my grief for Caesar, etc. That's cool. He gets a cool death. And then the zombies try to... I forgot about this! The zombies try to attack him, and Wamu's like literally... fucking mows through a bunch of zombies. There's probably a bunch of severed hands I'm missing in here, too. Actually, no. There's probably a couple. Kind of hard to tell. In his final moments, he fucking, like, was a white knight for Joseph, and there's where he salutes. He takes the antidote and he salutes to the sun, or whatever. Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, this is a great pose. Fucking absolute classic. That is the Cars pose. Look at that, he's kind of flipping the bird. Like, he's flipping the bird to anyone who would be, like, over on the side of him. But here's where you get to see... I guess he has 3 horns, or is that... kind of hard to tell. What is that? I don't know. We'll see it clearer later on. Alright. Final volume. Here we go. We're cranking out the volumes, and I'm cranking up the volume. You know what I'm fucking saying. So yeah, parts 1 and 2, pretty short. And they're good. They're definitely decent. And part 2, I think it just improves on part 1. Even though it doesn't have the same, like, dynamics. I guess. Not exactly. So now we got Joseph wearing 10 billion hats again. I didn't realize this was a trend until this particular, like, read-through. His hats are crazy. They're so fucking insane. I am up to date on part 8, yeah. I anxiously await every chapter. It's fucking crazy. Okay, it is 3 horns. So Cars comes out, and we get the final fight. Lisa decks on some more zombies, of course. And then Cars kind of puts under the impression that he's gonna, like, give a fair fight, just like everyone else. But then, he, like, tricks them. He, like, japes them outright, and just is like, nope, I'm not gonna fight fair. I'm gonna fucking backstab you because I'm a bastard. The only point is winning, he basically says. Look at that face. I think this face was great in the anime, too. Sometimes their lips look really goofy in JoJo, and it's equal parts funny and kind of humanizing. Because they make goofy faces when they're showing extreme emotions. More zombie fighting. Fucking Stroheim shows up. Play the fucking, like, Nazi music. And they blow him up with sunlight. And also, fucking Smokey is here. Remember him? He's also here. Why is he here? I don't know why he's here. I literally don't know why he has been brought here, but sure. Like, Speedwagon, that's fine. It's like the Speedwagon and the Nazis collaborated to, like, make ultraviolet light technology to, like, kill all the zombies. They have a little bit of a fight. He plays Lisa's legs like a guitar. Which, I don't... It seemed like in the anime they were, like, interpreting it as that, whereas here it just looks like he's rubbing them. I don't know. I don't know what these, like, Japanese characters are saying. So maybe it's like little wee-doo-doo-wee or whatever sounds. But in the anime they made it look like he was playing her legs like a guitar. He has this sort of catch-22 situation where he's hanging up Lisa by a rope. Smokey is just sort of commentating. That's pretty fucked up. Didn't think you'd be getting some feet gore today, did you? Cars is just sort of being a smug dick and, like, taunting him. Not a whole lot to say about this fight. It's, like, fine. It's got more of the, like, complicated... Like, there's a lot of rope There's like the clackers and there's the hat yarn. There's a lot of like tying and knots and ropes in part 2, because I guess there's like sleight of hand is a big thing. Does he hum the tune to Roundabout? Is that real? Hold on.
And why would I do that?
Oh, this is the dub version.
A worthless little pawn I can use against you.
I don't know if this is loud for you guys or not.
Down, 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 down.
Down, 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 down.
Down, 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 utter bastard.
Well, let's listen to the original. Oh, it does say leg guitar solo Roundabout.
Wee, 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 wee. Wee, wee, wee.
Not really. He just kind of goes wee, wee, wee. Alright. Whatever. It was worth indulging. Alright. There's your audio content. Yeah, how does he know what a guitar is? It kind of doesn't make sense in retrospect, but it's not an Iraqi Forgot. It's anime exclusive. A lot of people hate the JoJo dub. I don't really get it. It's like just as cheesy as the Japanese voices. I think a lot of people don't understand that the Japanese voices are also incredibly exaggerated. You know? I don't know. I like the dubs for the most part. I don't think they're terrible, at least. Especially, I think Joseph Joestar was well voiced, in particular. It takes a little getting used to. You're like, oh, what the fuck is this #1 shit? They had lutes. The Pillarmen had lutes. Of course. Why are people saying Blueford? Did he have a bad dub? Is that... I don't remember Blueford. Maybe I didn't watch part 1 dubbed. Well, did Blueford have a particularly horrible dub? Translation names are annoying. The fact that they have to like change the names is pretty annoying, although it leads to some pretty hilarious translation names as well. So this is some George Joestar shit. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I burped. We don't really get a lot of like footage of George. And there's actually, I will talk about George Joestar, the one that starts with J, the like spin-off. But we just see this guy get fucked up by a zombie. Like his leader pretends to be normal, but he's actually a zombie. Whoa. Yeah. So this is just explaining more about like the lineage and shit. And Smokey's like, oh, what a beautiful family, or whatever. And then Cars is like, oh, right as you're about to deliver the finishing blow with the UV lights, I put the red stone in, and now I'm gonna get ultimate transformed, whoa! That's another pretty awesome panel. I mean, look at that shit. Just cool. I love the way Araki draws these strange concepts, and this was something that was made into a whole screen in the anime as well. He just sort of becomes one with the universe. He like kind of achieves Nirvana almost. He just achieves like perfect understanding of like everything, which I know is not exactly what Nirvana is at all, but he sort of like he becomes like a being of like pure like earth energy. It's fucking crazy. I don't know. So now he's been like ultimate transformed. He fucking turns his hand into a squirrel, which is weird. And then the squirrel like gores people. Yeah, it's like a horrible vampire squirrel. Another thing that I think people kind of forget from part 2. And he turns it into like a flower and a butterfly because he's just life energy personified. This was something in the intro. They show this panel, or like, you know, the animated version of it. And it's something that when you're first watching the part, you're like, okay, that's just like a cool pose of him. But after you finish the part, you see that and you're like, oh, that's Cars, like after he becomes the ultimate life form. And that's in the intro the entire part. They were just like, they won't know what it is during the beginning, and fans will know what it is, but that's fine, they already know. Nirvana is the name of the song that plays at this point? Really? I thought it was called, like, Ascended or whatever. The one that's, like, literal dubstep. There has never been a Nirvana reference in JoJo. I don't think so, at least. I don't know if that's legit either, folks. I'm not seeing anything under that name. But yeah, the foreshadowing in the openings is just amazing. Why do they call them OPs? I've never understood that. Why is it an OP and an ED? This was awesome in the anime. They, like, run away, and then it just, like, smash cuts to cars just going, like, Pah! It's fucking hilarious. I mean, I get where it comes from. It's, like, the first 2 letters of opening, but why not just call it an opening? Why is it an OP? It's just weird. Opening piece and end piece. I would be willing to believe that, I guess, that it's an acronym for opening piece and end piece. Alright. Whatever. That's semantics. It's shorter to say. We live in a world where people will say half a dozen instead of 6, alright? I don't think that's the highest priority on language. It's easy to say. Also, Carl Pilkington is in this manga. This is a cool page. I think they briefly touched on this in the anime, is that he's just absolutely perfect. Sex is useless. Because they would just kill whoever they fucked. Joseph fucking flies a Nazi plane into him. This whole fight is batshit insane, with cars, like, shooting metal feathers that, like, turn into piranhas, and then fucking Stroheim comes out of the, like, fuselage or whatever. It's pretty whack. There's tentacles. Oh my god, yes. I forgot about this. He makes a giant, like, kraken inside the plane, and it stops the propeller. That's so badass. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Irina is actually the most powerful character in all of JoJo because she survived Jonathan Joestar's massive brick house cock. There's this. So apparently this face is like a Japanese thing. It's made from Japanese characters. I know the eyes are nose. Okay, that doesn't make sense. But the eyes are each made out of the character no in Japanese, I'm pretty sure. And then, like, the eyebrows are another one, and the mouth is another one. Apparently that's something you, like, doodle on your school book in Japan. It's like the S in America. That weird S that people draw. Then we got him sort of, like, reflecting on his lineage, and he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to die young. I'm writing my name in history as we speak, which is kind of cool. Because he really is. But also he lives, spoiler alert, so whatever. You got this. You got Stroheim getting, like, fucked up. He gets his hand cut off. Cars gets fucking dumped into a volcano. I actually love this moment. They actually do try to humanize Cars. Like, he's freaking out. He's burning up. And then he's like, oh, I have to grow a shell. But then the shell also doesn't, like, work. It just gets melted away. And Joseph's like, you fucking idiot. You got fucking dissolved into a fucking volcano. But then later on it shows that Cars, like, made porous rock appear around him, which I guess insulated him. There's a severed arm I didn't miss. That was a whammy moment in the anime. He comes out in his fucking, like, crab people armor. I was gonna say, they explained that he made, like, porous stone. Body always making bubbles. That's actually so cool. He evolved in that second. Then we got a little bit of backstory. I guess this is the Pillarman Society. We really, again, don't get a lot of glimpses of this, which is why it's so cool when we do get to see it. Like, there's other Pillarmen. Look at this. There's just pillar people. There's pillar women and pillar children. They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. Sorry. That just came out. And he was like, oh, we all need to be the dominant beings on Earth. We don't need to just sit here idly by. We're like the highest evolved forms or whatever. Evolified. Oh, phone. Shut up. What the fuck? He understood what a frog swallowed alive by a serpent could feel. Because Cars is just so fucking insane. Oh yeah, Jojo reflexively rather, uses the Stone of Asia. Just for no reason. Jojo's body knew. His body reacted to survive. The sacred fire of his life had risen his intuition. And then we get this fucking awesome bit. This is controversial. The ending of part 2, it's like some of the like highest level of like ass-pulling bullshit. It really is, but it's also a great moment. It seriously is. So they're on this stone that's getting like erupted towards the sky. And then fucking Joseph's severed hand just happens to come up and just, like, gouge Cars in the neck. Just, literally just by random chance. And then Cars is like, did you plan this, Jojo? And he's like, next you're gonna say, you planned this, Jojo? And it's implied that, like, that line, like, Joseph's one-liner threw him off enough that other rocks pushed him into the stratosphere, and that was the thing. Jojo's stupid fucking one-liner is what condemned Cars to, like, the worst, like, torture imaginable or whatever. Not quite. But to, like, a fate worse than death, which is just so brutal. I guess it just says the lapse in concentration caused by the sudden appearance of his arm, but it's literally just random luck. Random fucking luck. And he's like, I planned it all along. It's so good, though. That's why it's so good. It's because he's like, just complete random bullshit. But he just owns it. He's like, yeah, that was all skill. It's like me playing Peggle. And, yeah. Somehow both Stroheim and Joseph survived. Even though they say Joseph Joestar died on the volcano. He literally just says he planned it just to piss him off. Like, just to disrespect on him. The Hamon did it. He literally admits that it's complete luck. And then we get this. This is horrifying. This is the first of many, like, horrific fates in JoJo that, like, really, like, fucks you up. This really fucked me up when I first watched it. I was like, holy shit. He's just fucked. He's stuck in space. And he can't change his trajectory at all with his, like, air pipes. And then the air that comes out of his air pipes freezes around him and turns him into this horrifying, like, stone creature. Cars was never able to go back to Earth. Becoming a life form between organic and mineral, he wandered for eternity into the endless void known as space. Being unable to die, even though he wished for it, Cars eventually stopped thinking. That's fucked. That's fucked. It's so... This is the first of, like, many of these, too. Like, there are quite a few that I can list off. Guys, okay, we don't need to post later part spoilers in the chat. We get it. You can just type, I read the other parts. So now it's Joseph's fucking funeral. Cars, we just forget about him. Ostensibly, I like to think during other parts, like part 4 onward, or like parts 4 through 6, or 3 through 6, I guess, that Cars is just like in space, just being like, wonder what the Joestar lineage is up to. You know? But now they're all like, oh, boo-hoo, Joseph's dead, I can't believe it. And Joseph literally doesn't even know that this is his own funeral, which is kind of stupid, but hilarious. And he, like, causes a big scene at his own funeral. This is so cheesy. What a great panel. Look at this. He's still got the same spunk as ever. Does it say Joseph? Like, Josef? Why does it say it like that, I wonder? Huh. Born in 1920. And so he, like, realizes it, and then apparently it's, like, Susie Q and him got married, and also Susie Q was supposed to, like, send a message to them to, like, tell them that he's still alive and that they got married, and she's like, oh, I forgot to do it. I'm so ditzy. Lol. It's... And then there's a fucking, like, basically a domestic abuse reference here, where his mechanical hand starts twitching, and she's like, oh, don't get all twitchy on me. It's like, is it implying that he was gonna, like, hit her? Okay, and then, so this was slightly expanded upon in the anime, but the ending is a little underwhelming. The actual, like, okay, the final fight is good, and I think people place a little too much importance on some endings, you know? But this feels a little slapdash. It's just kind of like a where are they now segment. So she got married with a Hollywood screenwriter. So she's not, I mean, it doesn't say what gender, but I was theorizing, I was like, is she a lesbian? They show Irina dying, surrounded by her loved ones in the anime. Then we got the saddest fate ever, Speedwagon. He died of a heart attack and he was still single. Sad. Although, whatever. You don't need a fucking relationship. Who cares? He was an oil baron and he died alone. Just sounds kind of sad. Smokey Brown became fucking Obama. They actually show that in the anime, and that's amazing. And Stroheim died in Stalingrad, which makes you wonder, the fuck kind of technology do the Russians have? Because he survived a fucking Pillar Man. Like, for real. And then, wow, so I guess that's the last, like, young Joseph shot we ever get. Is him yelling at his wife. And we get these for these other characters. It's a fine enough ending. It wraps up shit, I guess. And then, this is awesome. This is something I wish happened in all the other parts, too. Is that, it shows old Joseph going and basically kickstarting part 3, essentially. Then years passed, generations followed one another. As for Jojo... And this is, like, early old Joseph, so he looks kind of weird. Weird. It was a good voice crack. So we get this weird shit about how Joseph hates the Japanese. I'm not sure how to feel about that, because, like, Araki is Japanese. I really don't... It's because his daughter Holly married Sadao Kujo, who's a Japanese guy, and then I guess he was, like, a bad father or some shit. And he's sad that she moved to the other side of the world. So, he hates the Japanese. He's just racist. Oh well. And then, this is something that was omitted. But he's listening to the Beatles on his Walkman. And I could have sworn, wasn't it Get Back? I thought it was Get Back, and that was a reference to, like, you know, Get Back, Jojo. That's like my head canon. I don't know. I guess it just says the Beatles. Which brings into question, of course, all sorts of things. I mean, there are characters and stands that are named after Beatles songs later on, but the Beatles actually exist in universe. And also, like, they mention that Prince exists, and there's a bunch of Prince references and shit like that. It's like, what? Whatever. That's suspension of disbelief shit right there. At least I still have my Walkman. I think this is actually a pretty decent ending. I don't know why, but I love the fact that it ends with him getting on a plane and just listening to his Walkman. I don't even know why. It just seems so appropriate. It's appropriate as an end to a really really strange manga. But it's good because this manga is very influenced by music and like the arts, you know? So I just think it's appropriate that it's like it ends with sort of a tribute to the arts. I don't know. I know not everybody thinks the Beatles are like high art or whatever, but they're definitely influential. People are saying they're naming their stands after those songs. I feel like they would mention it at least once, though. Like that never gets established at all. And in fact, it's shown that abilities will kind of name themselves, like Spice Girl named itself. I guess it's not really that much of a spoiler. I won't say anything else about it, but that's an example of a stand that, like, we see it awakening and it gives itself a name, you know? Whereas, I guess in part 3, they choose the names of their stands with the tarot. Whatever. But, yeah, in the anime it also shows a little teaser of Jotaro, which is kind of cool. But I love this ending, actually. I forgot about this little bit. It's weird that it's just him cursing out the Japanese, but I love the Walkman. There's like sort of a theme that at the end of every part, it ends on traveling, so it ends like on an ocean shot or an airplane or whatever, which is really cool. It's sort of like the adventure continues on. So yeah, I guess that's it. Part 2, huh? Awesome part. Let's see if there's anything extra. No, it shows us cars again for some reason. That's kind of weird. Huh. Somebody was saying, what if during the anime of all the subsequent parts, they just showed like 5 seconds of cars just in space? Well, that's just about it. I don't really have much else to say about this part. You know, great Jojo, like, it's classic. It's really where the series started to, like, lean hard into the, like, wackiness aspect, I think. Which is big. Like, that's a big part of the series. I don't know. It's nice to see sort of the humble origins, but it's got badass shit of its own. The Pillarmen are awesome. Joseph is awesome. Joseph and Caesar is a decent relationship, even though it feels kind of underdeveloped, you know? I don't know. I don't have much else to say. It's a great part. I think it's rightfully deserves the sort of, like, circle jerk that it gets, even though it's got some pretty absurd shit. And next time, we will be looking at Part 3, Stardust Crusaders. I will probably be splitting it up into at least 2 different streams, because holy shit. That is a lot. It's much longer. Every part after this gets much longer, so the rest of these I don't think will be, you know, 1 stream per part unless I really, really just buckle down and do it. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Thanks for joining me. If I remember anything else, I'll mention it at the beginning of next time. But thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.